That's all I did. So, yeah, I actually saw that this morning.
Oh, yes, okay.
All right, I will call this March 21st regular school board meeting to order. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. If I could get a motion to approve the agenda.
I'll make a motion to approve the agenda.
Second.
Any discussion? All right. All in favor say aye. Aye. Unanimous.
Thank you, sir. At this time, I'm going to invite Mr. Bowles, Principal of Nares High School, to come up and share with them who is here this evening to present the educational feature. Mr. Bowles.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
I'm always thankful for the opportunity to come up this time each year and present, have a group of our students present something about our school. 2017-18 and 18-19, we started a class at Nares High School called Teachers for Tomorrow. And there was a lull there where we didn't get to offer it for various reasons. We viewed that class as an opportunity for students to gain some very valuable insight, life skills, also an opportunity to maybe get them a career and maybe hopefully at some point bring them back in the county and hire them as teachers. This summer, as we were creating the schedule, we saw an opportunity that we could bring it back. So I went to Miss Lowe, never knowing what she was going to say, and said, hey, I'd like you to teach this class. I think this is something we could really benefit from. And she was very eager to do it, saw it as a great opportunity, and she ran with it. So as you're about to see, her and this group of students behind me did an amazing job. So at this time, I would like to introduce Ms. Teresa Lowe and the Teachers for Tomorrow class.
Good afternoon. For those of you that don't know me, there's probably not very many of you that don't know me. I've been doing this a really, really long time. And Mr. Bowles actually probably did know what I would say. He was probably only nervous because he asked me 1 week before school started about the new class. I've been doing this for a really long time, so much so that I have taught one of your school board members. I've taught the children of another school board member, and they may not remember it, but I worked for one day with Ms. Price and Ms. Tickle doing a get up and go entrepreneur activity at Anna's restaurant a long, long time ago. I will have to say I've done lots of things during my career, but by far, this has been the most rewarding class that I've ever taught. So I'm going to kick this off with a quote that I thought was very meaningful to this group of students. Everyone who remembers his own education remembers teachers, not methods and techniques. The teacher is the heart of the educational system. And I think they learned that as they worked with their students. This is our class. We don't have everybody here with us, but we do have 7 very gracious, very nervous ladies to talk to you this afternoon. Just a few statistics to get us started. I had 11 students. We went to Nares Elementary where we worked with 13 dedicated professionals, 12 of whom were teachers, one who was a retired teacher who was in a long-term sub position, and Mrs. Amy Clark, the guidance counselor. So we worked in all different classrooms except for 4th grade and with the guidance program. We spent a total of 34 and a half hours in the school working either directly or indirectly with students. All of my students worked at least part of the time one-on-one with a student that needed assistance, and 6 got the opportunity to chaperone a field trip. So I'm going to get us started. We started at the very beginning of the semester talking about the very beginning of education. And students learned, of course, that American education actually began with the settlement of Jamestown. But they were probably pretty anxious about and didn't really know that the first public school wasn't actually established until 1821. And the first kindergarten was not developed until 1873. what they think of in terms of school didn't actually start until the 1960s, when we divided high school into older grades and lower grades. And the middle schools didn't start until even later than that. Of course, they are familiar with the era of standards when we started to do standardized testing in the 1990s. And then what they are most accustomed to, devices for every student and no child left behind. So we have fully inclusive classrooms now. Students don't typically know a whole lot about how our schools are governed, so that was our next section. And Mr. Bowles and Mrs. Gwynn were very gracious to come to be guest speakers. And they explained how it works, how policies are set, first of all, by the President and the Congress. And then there is a Department of Education, and that head of the Education Department is often, for states, governors, who then have a State Department of Education. But Mrs. Gwynn talked about how school districts operate and how we have different districts that are represented. We have at-large members, and how they work with the superintendent of schools, who then works with our principals to provide rules and guidelines for our schools. All right, I'm going to turn it over to Ellen.
During the beginning of the semester, we learned about Maslow's hierarchy of needs, cognitive development, and psychosocial development and moral development. We watched several videos that showed the different concepts. We watched the movie The Blind Side to identify Maslow's hierarchy of needs. In the movie, Michael Orr, a young black man, was taken in by a white upper-class family when they realized that he was living on the streets. Throughout the movie, the family met Michael's needs. First, physiological, then safety, then love and esteem, and ultimately helped him realize his dream of attending college and playing professional football. Next, we watched small clips of various children's shows to identify which stage of cognitive development the show is best for. Lastly, we watched a short film, A Class Divided, which is a documentary about an actual 1970 experiment of a third-grade classroom. The teacher introduced her students to discrimination by telling them that those with blue eyes were superior. These students were given special collars and privileges to set them apart from their classmates, which resulted in these students believing that they were more intelligent and better than the brown-eyed children. Their discrimination against their peers created a lasting lesson in stereotyping, discrimination, and racism. The topics we learned alongside these movies showed us new things we would have never caught before taking this class. We explored a side of teaching we never had before and learned from it.
Next, we went to Virginia Tech for the V-Teach conference. We started with going around in groups, getting able to talk with some of the students at Virginia Tech about education. They had elementary, high school. Then we went on a scavenger hunt, and some of the things we had to do was dance to Enter Sandman, find art around the campus, and then we got to go to dining and try their food. And at the very end, we met back up and played another game to learn more about teaching as a profession.
Our next lesson was our diversity lesson, and this really helped a lot in our elementary classes because we were working one-on-one with a lot of students that needed some of this extra assistance. We created sensory boxes to take to all of our classrooms that we had. We did this around Halloween, so most of ours were themed around that. And we had Crystal August come be a guest speaker in our classroom. We learned different strategies to work with the individuals that we were working with in the classrooms. And we learned how to evaluate how well our strategies were working so that the next time we went, we could switch them up and keep improving. Ms. Lowe had us evaluate 3 apps or websites, including how it's used and which subjects and grade levels it was aimed towards. One of the websites I chose was called Bouncy Balls.
This website is a noise meter app, and as sound increases, the balls will bounce all around the screen, and as sound decreases, the balls will stop and sit at the bottom of the screen. This website was effective in the classroom because the kids love seeing the different colors and sizes of the bouncy balls. I was able to turn it into a game by asking them if they could stop the balls completely by doing their work quietly.
You didn't get to see them move, but they will.
So around Halloween time is when we made those sensory boxes that I was talking about. So we had some like spiders in our boxes and stuff like that. But then we also got to make oobleck, which is basically just cornstarch and water, and you like mix it up, and it's really good to like for the little kids because you can put it in stuff, and it's like a good stress reliever. And then we also invited our CB&I class to come and make Halloween window clings with us.
I think this was in around October. We had a career fair for grades K through 5. We had 18 community members invited. There was 14 careers highlighted. Just some things that stuck out to me. Cliffy Taylor and my dad both had very interactive tables. Cliffy Taylor's table ended up soaked after doing a real life demo of his plumbing. And all the kids was very interested in my dad's coal and the gold that he had, and actually even wanted to take it home. Some kids mentioned that they didn't know about half of the jobs that were there and what they really do.
Some of the students that you see here are also from the Tech Center. We invited them to come and share their programs with the elementary students as well. This was really successful, and we've been asked to do it again in the future. Field trips. As I told you earlier, 6 of our students actually were chaperones on various field trips. Several went to Pumpkin Farms. Alyssa, are you 5th grade? Alyssa went with the 5th graders to do Hokey for a Day at Virginia Tech. Preschool went to see a movie at the Lyric, so Brianna got to go with them. And then Ellen and Andrew Meredith went to a Christmas play at Bluefield State University with their students.
This was a section of the class where we discussed how to become a teacher in Virginia, as well as effective qualities that teachers in school should have. We learned that a successful teacher has amazing communication skills, they display leadership, and they are highly motivated. They hold themselves responsible and accountable for student learning. We also watched the movie Lean on Me during this section of the class. It's based on a true story of Eastside High School in New Jersey. In the movie, Morgan Freeman portrays Joe Clark, and he is hired to become the new principal at the school because the school is going in a decline. There's gangs, crimes, and drugs problems, so he comes in and puts chains on the doors and changes the school completely around. And at the end, 75% of his student body had passed the basic skill test, and New Jersey's government did not take the school. This was an incredible movie that not only showed the impact of leadership, responsibility, and motivation that a school should portray, and the dedication that students are supposed to have. So, according to statistics, more than 3 million cases of child abuse are reported each year, with an average of 5 deaths each day. These statistics are why it's important for us to learn about how to identify signs of this issue in the classroom. We explored every kind of abuse, how to look for signs, how to help prevent it, and how it's treated. For example, one of the abuses we learned about was emotional abuse. We learned to identify it by watching for students with inappropriately aggressive behavior, overly compliant or demanding behavior, negative statements about self, and many others. We learned about how to prevent further emotional abuse and researched how to help students treat it as well. Another thing we learned was that teachers are mandated reporters. This allows them to protect and care for every student in their classroom if abuse is a concern. So for this topic, we were asked to create a post, like a project, and so this was my poster that I did. So here I have every kind of abuse and the definitions with each one. Stemming from each finger is how children are exposed to each kind of abuse, so different things they may experience. Here I have the signs and symptoms of each one, so how you would look for it in a student. Here I have the risk factors and causes. And here I have methods and techniques for preventing child abuse, and then common resources and treatments.
And not to break any confidentiality rules, but we did have students that had students in their classrooms that had been abused. And so a few of them unfortunately got to see actual symptoms of child abuse.
This was by far my personal favorite thing that we ever did because we were tasked with going to the elementary school and actually teaching a lesson. So first, before we even got to go, we had to write down all of our learning objectives, how we were going to teach the lesson. We had to incorporate Bloom's taxonomy into it. And then we were able to take it to the elementary school and use it in the classroom that we were working in. I was in Miss Sarah Sutphen's classroom, and we worked on CVC words, and her class really enjoyed it. I even had one kid go back to the classroom when we were in the computer lab and started playing the video that I used. And like most of the kids told me that they really enjoyed the lesson. I think all of them liked having somebody different to look at while they were learning their material.
We taught all different subjects. In the top right, that's Lindsay. She's teaching a language arts lesson. In the middle is Ellen. She taught a math lesson. Brianna taught lots of different things. Her main lesson was Christmas, correct? Was around Christmas, but you can see in the pictures she helped them with arts and crafts. She was with preschoolers, and Abby was with kindergarten.
We learned about philosophy of education. Philosophy means love of wisdom. In the teaching profession, philosophy is a way a teacher loves and wisdom is expressed during lessons and to students. In class, we created a philosophy tree, and here's the one I created. So the roots stand for your particular philosophy, which mine was progressivism, which means you use real-world problem solving and you make it student-centered. And the truck stands for teaching. Your branches stand for teaching, students, learning environment, curriculum, and instructions, and just basically how you want your classroom to be. And yep.
This was my last project that I completed with Teachers for Tomorrow. I actually created 3 bulletin boards. The first one I created for Kelsey Lowe's 3rd grade class. In her classroom, I've seen how easily students get upset when they don't know the right answer or don't get it correct. So I did my board to tie into that of the pressures of the classroom just to be a source for help for them. And then the one that you see in the middle, me and Abby did that for Valentine's Day for her kindergarten class. And then I recently just did one for St. Patrick's Day, which had all of the kids' names and their projects they had done based on it.
The one at the top right, Alyssa made, and as you can see, she created completely by herself the bulletin board. She drew all the pictures and everything. Several teachers had asked us for bulletin boards to let their students' work shine. So this one is for 2nd grade, and then Ellen and Andrew, was it for 6th or 7th grade? 6th grade. We want to end with some highlights. At the end of the semester, I contacted all of the teachers, which I actually did every week that we were going to be in the school. At the end, I asked them what their highlights were for the program, the things that they enjoyed, what they got from the program, and here's what they said. Unanimously, all of them said they appreciated the extra support for students in need and for themselves as well. The ability to provide one-on-one assistance, which allowed the teacher to teach without pausing to redirect the students. So lots of times they would have one particular student that they worked with to keep them on task. The creation of a bulletin board interaction between older peers and younger students, one-on-one assistance in reading and working with small groups. Georgia and Leah, who were in lower grades, both had their own reading groups on Sundays where they helped them, small groups of students with reading. The younger students were highly motivated by the high school student, and I think we saw that in every single classroom. And it was exciting to see the growth in the Teachers for Tomorrow students as they became more comfortable and confident in the classroom. And they did truly become more confident. We went from very simple observations to actually teaching the class when we were there. From Mr. Gautier, this experience helped us just as much as it helped your students. We were blessed to host them and hope this is something we can continue for years to come. Thanks for being a wonderful leader, sponsor for this group. All right, I want my students to tell you their highlights of the semester.
My highlight of the semester was just building relationships with my students and actually getting like a full hour and 30 minutes to just interact with them, and I like hands-on stuff.
My highlight was definitely the mini lesson that we got to teach because it was really rewarding to see how they connected with me and enjoyed that.
My highlight was getting to create a bond that allowed me to be their friend and assistant. I've actually started going back to the elementary school once a week now, and the day that I came back, all the students were excited to see me, and I just am their friend.
My highlight for the time that I spent there, when we went for Hokie for a day at Virginia Tech, I loved watching the students look at all the careers that they had as options and kind of looking back at whenever I was their age and remember that it seems so far away and how close it is now. I just love watching them explore what maybe their possible future.
My highlight is working one-on-one with students that have learning disabilities and learning how different learning can be. I really enjoyed when I'd get to the elementary school, they'd all run up and give me hugs and be super excited to see me. So it was super sweet.
My highlight would probably just be meeting all of them and having a good relationship with all of them.
My highlight was when we came back from the elementary school and we shared what happened the day before. I had students that have no desire to be a teacher, but learned, I think all of them, that they might actually like to do this. And it is a pretty good profession if you love children. I never got complaints, I never got arguments when I asked them to do things. But it was really refreshing to hear what they had done the day before, how they had handled certain situations. And I would share a little bit what was going on behind the scenes in the office. Because they had no idea when they were in classrooms all the different things happening within the school. So we learned a lot just from their experiences, and it was very rewarding when they would come and say, my student yesterday did this, or they learned this. So hopefully some of them will consider teaching in the future. It was very rewarding for me to share my love of teaching with them, even if that's not something they desire as a profession in the future. Any questions?
Job. So I do have a question. So in your comparison to your kindergartners, your little people, and your middle schoolers, because I heard Ellen say she was with the older ones, did you prefer working with little ones or older ones more?
Me personally, I like younger kids.
I like the little ones too because I feel like the older kids were more trying to impress us and act cool when we were with them. But the little kids don't really want that.
Mine was probably the middle ground, third grade. The kids were old enough to connect with me, but not old enough to not listen or not pay attention.
It wasn't so needy.
That's a great age.
So I was with 5th grade, and I loved spending time with that class. I did like that they were older. It wasn't always we were doing intellectual stuff all the time, which I enjoyed. So.
My favorite is definitely the younger because they're just starting to go out in the world and see things. So. I like the younger kids more.
I think I like the older ones because they would be do you get to do this when you're in high school, or do you have extra gym time in high school? So I really like to hear what they thought.
I would guess you to be older, and plus you have a little sister, so you're like, give me something different.
We did talk about that because I told him from the very beginning that I think you're kind of geared one way or the other. I absolutely loved my children when they were little. I did not want 20 of them. But I absolutely love being with kids this age.
Great job, ladies.
That's excellent. I have a question. How many of you think you really do want to go into teaching as a profession?
Okay.
Or still on the fence? Maybe you're still a little bit on the fence. Okay.
You want to be a kindergarten teacher, don't you?
I'm not sure yet. I plan to go to Radford and do elementary education, so just in that.
I noticed you,
area.
in your pictures, you was like right down with the little kids on their level.
But Brianna wants to be a nurse, and the first day, a child broke their arm on the playground.
Oh.
And when we got back to school, she told me now I had really messed her up because she couldn't decide if she wanted to be a nurse.
Great work.
Good job, ladies. Great.
Ladies, do we need to get to a tennis match?
Thank you all.
Oh, good luck.
Thank you.
Good job.
No more questions. Good luck.
Thank you.
See y'all.
Thank you guys very much.
Thank y'all.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I thought it was start about.
Go home,
Sorry, yes.
but home.
Oh, I know.
Tennis.
I'm just starting. I'm 30.
I don't know if it's
Guys,
5.
you guys just line up in front of the table there.
I'm not tall enough to get it. All of us or just the kids?
I'm supposed to say smile on 3, so 1, 2, 3. One more. Thank you.
Thank y'all. Nice job.
Good job, ladies. That's all he said.
That's what he said. I want to know what's the best.
Yeah, he said, that's all you need to get your picture.
That's what he said. He just went, in the back, because I'm getting ready to go see his lambs. Or is it lambs he has? Yes. And that's what he'll say.
All right. The next item on the agenda is public comment. I don't see anybody signed up. I don't see anybody here to comment, so we'll move on. The next item on the agenda after that is consent items for meeting minutes, bills, payroll, revenue expenditure reports, appropriation requests, field trips, and that. So does anybody have a motion to approve the consent items?
We'll make that motion to approve the consent items.
All right, second.
I'll second.
All right. Any discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye. Passes unanimously.
Thank you. At this time, I have some personnel items, and I need to ask the board to approve. I need to ask the board to approve the following volunteer agreements. Jason Spicer, Nares High School softball assistant, Archie club coach. Stephen Sharp, Giles High School soccer assistant. Jason McCroskey, Nares High School baseball. Chucky Buracker, Nares High School baseball. Brian Patterson, Nares High School baseball. Sue Spicer, Nares High School softball. Chris Shea, Nares High School softball. Bendy Schrader, Nares High School track. And Ripper McLaughlin, Nares High School baseball.
Do I have a motion to approve the volunteer agreements?
I make that motion.
I'll second.
I got a motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Passes unanimously.
Need to ask the board to approve the following athletic coaching contracts. Patrick Bailey, Nares High School JV baseball. Cody McLaughlin, Nares High School assistant baseball. Chris Helvey, Nares High School head boys baseball. Dakota Schrader, Nares High School head track. Josh Sparks, Nares High School boys tennis. Mark Middleton, Nares High School middle school soccer. Jay Smith, Nares High School head soccer. Jeff Duncan, Nares High School JV softball. Jason Spicer, Nares High School assistant softball. Danielle Williams, Nares High School head softball. Kirsten Schrader, Nares High School middle school track. Brian McGuire, Nares High School assistant track. Jennifer Clark, Nares High School girls tennis. Sarah Sutphin, Nares High School girls tennis. And Mike Helmandaller, Nares High School assistant soccer.
Do I have a motion to approve the athletic coaching contracts?
I'll make that motion.
Second.
All right, got a motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? All right, passes unanimously.
Thank you. I need to ask the board to approve the following resignations. Tina Stauffer, Eastern Elementary Middle School Cafeteria, effective March 8th. Quade Parker, Giles High School Art Teacher, effective June 6th. Tanya Kelly, Giles High School Student Support Specialist, effective June 6th. Tara Mullins, Eastern Elementary Middle School Elementary Teacher, effective June 6th. Dawn Schrader, Mason McClarity, Elementary Teacher, effective June 6th. Allison Robertson, Mason McClarity, Elementary Teacher, effective June 5th. And Jessica Averill, Mason McClarity Teacher, Elementary Teacher, effective June 6th.
All right, do I have a motion to approve the resignations?
I'll make that motion to approve those.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All right. Any discussion? All right, all in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? All right, passes unanimously.
Need to ask the board to approve the following retirements. Lisa James, Mason McClarity, Title I Teacher, effective the end of the 23-24 school year.
Nares, sorry.
Oh, excuse me, it is Nares. I'm sorry, I knew that. I just wasn't reading. Lisa James, Nares Elementary Middle School, Title I Teacher, effective end of the 23-24 school year.
Do I have a motion to approve the retirement?
I'll make that motion.
Second.
All right, motion is second. Any discussion? All right. All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Passes unanimously.
Need to ask the board to approve the following employment. Kate Mullins, Mason McClarity, Speech Language Pathologist, effective the 24-25 school year. Kayla Roop, Mason McClarity Teacher Assistant, effective March 18th. Jennifer Gilmer, Mason McClarity Elementary Teacher, effective March 18th. Chloe Mullins, Eastern Elementary Middle School, Radford University Teacher Apprenticeship Program participant, effective February 23rd. Rebecca Aldrich, Nares Elementary Middle School Teacher Assistant, effective February 26th. And substitute bus driver Larry Collins and Laura Copeland, Mason McClarity School Nutrition Manager.
Have a motion to approve the employment agreements.
I'll make a motion to approve the employment.
Second.
A motion is second. Any discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? All right. Motion passes unanimously.
Thank you. I need to ask the board to approve the following leave of absence request. It's for employee number 4972. That would be for August through December 2024, and they'll be completing student teaching.
To have a motion to approve the leave of absence.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Motion is second. Any discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Passes unanimously.
Thank you. I need to ask the board to approve the following bids that we for moving forward. Need IFB 1-2024-1. That is a bid for a driver's ed vehicle. The winning bid was from Duncan Ford, so I need to ask the board to approve that at this time.
I have a motion to approve the driver's ed car bid.
So moved.
That's it.
I have a question, Mr. Chairman, on that one.
Yes, sir.
Did we get any more other bids?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
That was cheap bid. How often do we replace those cars, driver's ed cars?
We alternate between schools. This year we replaced Nares. Next year we'll replace Giles's, and it goes back and forth, and then their cars come down and rotate back into our fleet.
Mr. Williams, there's another piece to it I didn't realize until I got on here. If we don't buy a car and spend the money to do that, then we've got to charge more for the students to take the behind the wheel course.
It affects how much we are able to charge.
Yeah, so that's
answer the question.
Yeah. That was a escape.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Just when we're doing these, just going forward when we're doing vehicle approvals or whatever, just a little more info about what we're actually paying for.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Make and model, year.
Yeah, that would be good. Just to have that on there. Yeah, if somebody thought we were getting it for a 78 Pinto, I might be a little upset. All right. Any more discussion? All right. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes unanimously.
Thank you. I need to ask the board to approve the copy paper bid. We had a low bid that came from Contract Paper Group, $30 $30.40 per case, and we have ordered the 590 cases, and those will be will be split between all the schools, the board office, county administration office, and then each school will cover the cost for their cases of paper.
Do I have a motion to approve the copy paper bid?
So moved.
A second?
Second.
All right, any discussion? That's a pretty good price, better than what I've been getting it for lately, a lot better. All right, all in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion passes unanimously.
Thank you. I need to ask the board to approve the rollover of RFP 2-2019. That's for fire protection services. This is the last of 3 possible one-year rollovers, and that's with Eastern Fire. And the price will remain the same for the upcoming April 1st, 2024 through March 31st, 2025.
So moved.
Second.
All right, got a motion and a second. Any discussion? All right, all in favor say aye. Aye. Motion passes unanimously.
Thank you. Each year we need to ask the board to approve the educational technology resolution. This is for the technology funding we receive. We were provided the resolutions. At this time, I need to ask the board to approve that resolution.
I have a motion to approve the education technology resolution.
Make that motion.
Second.
All right, any discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Passes unanimously.
Need to ask the board to approve the following courses from the CTE Giles Tech Center: Cosmetology 1, Cosmetology 2, Cosmetology 3, and the Intro to Early Child Education. As everybody remembers, we are having to switch the schedule. So, because of that switch, this will help with those programs. That switch. So it's gone from 2 courses in cosmetology to a 3-course cosmetology program, and the early childhood that will help with the early childhood as well. They'll take that course at the early childhood application plus the EC1 course the junior year, and then take the ECE2 their senior year. So that again will help with the new tech schedule that's coming.
All right, do I have a motion to approve the new courses?
I make that motion to approve those courses.
Second.
All right, got a motion and a second. Any discussion? All right, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes unanimously.
You were given information on a new scholarship, the Dr. Sherry Fox Nursing Memorial Scholarship. So at this time, I will ask the board to approve that scholarship so we can make sure that the students have the opportunity to complete necessary paperwork for it.
So moved.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Passes unanimously.
We've had discussions about the 24-25 school year calendar. We posted it online last week after our work session and took it down yesterday afternoon, or may have taken it down this morning. I forget which one. Don't know that we received any comments, maybe one question about the calendar. So otherwise, not hearing anything, we wanted to bring it to the board and ask the board to approve the 24-25 school calendar.
Do I have a motion to approve the 24-25 school calendar?
I'll make a motion.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All right. Motion and second. Do we have any discussion?
Can we hear what any feedback was? Do we have that? You said there was maybe a comment on
There was one email. There was a question about why we were starting early.
Okay.
Or why it keeps getting.
It was just general opinion, not a specific one. Okay.
All right. Any more discussion? All right. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right. Motion passes unanimously.
Thank you. If you're all right, I'm gonna keep on going.
Yes, sir.
You want me to wait for y'all? Enrollment, just to give you an update on enrollment. As of yesterday, March 21st, our enrollment was 2,200. That's 2,191 in person and 9 that are in-county full-time virtual. That's an increase of 2 from March 5th, so that's good. We also have 1,297 stride students, and that gives us a total of 3,497 students overall. I want to take the opportunity to recognize some students from the Tech Center. A couple weeks ago, students had the opportunity to participate with the District Skills USA events, and we had several students that received recognition. Our first group of students that I will share with you will be able to participate in the State Skills USA event, which will be held in Virginia Beach in April. So from Building Tech, Teamworks, second place, Kaylee Mitkiff, Braden Neese, Sebastian Price, and Ryan Williams. Congratulations to them. Cosmetology, Fantasy Mannequin, first place, Abby Carpenter. Fantasy Mannequin, 10th place, Zoe Long. Welding, first place, Josh Allen. So congratulations to those. Going straight to the state events, Cosmetology, Occupational Scrapbook, Haley Myers and Madison Schrader. Drafting Pen, Osme Saeed. Poster, Andrea Stowers. T-shirt, Sarah Jones. And spelling, Olivia Burton. And Precision Machining, Camden Judd. Also in carpentry, third place, Shane Albert. So congratulations to all those students on that recognition. Also, we had nursing students who participated in the HOSA State Leadership Conference here recently. It was last weekend, I believe it was, March 8th, 2 weekends ago. All of the students that received first place will be able to have the opportunity to participate in the international HOSA event in June. So the results at the secondary level: first place, Maria Serna Vegas, Brianna Lucas in health career display. Second place, Kerrigan Mitchum, Jaden Snyder, and Madison Martin in medical innovation. First place, Annalise Miller, Brooke Johnson, Haley Keffer in health education. First place, Thomas Hall in interviewing skills. Third place, Hannah Dow in personal care. Post-secondary, first place, Kaylee Ludwig and Jordan Moore, health care, career display. Second place, Kaylin Law, job seeking skills. First place, Kelsey Meredith, clinical nursing. And first place, Hannah Christian, phlebotomy. So congratulations to those students. Our TSA event, as you know, March 2nd, we held the Blue Ridge TSA fair at Giles High School. We had several students that received recognition there as well, so I want to take the opportunity to recognize those students. High school level, board game design, first place, Levi Frazier and Cambria Gross from Narrows High School. Debating technological issues, first place, David Taylor the second and Nicholas Thompson from Narrows High School. Second place, Joanna Jackson and Abigail McCoy from Giles High School. Digital video production, Ariana Davis, Rachel Farmer, Elizabeth Shipball, and David Taylor II from Narrows High School. Extemporaneous presentation, first place, Ryan Baum. Second place, Abigail McCoy. Third place, Quinn Schmitz, all from Giles High School. Essays on technology. First place, Elizabeth Chapman, Narrows High School. Second place, Stephanie Bryant. And third place, Rachel Hart, both Stephanie and Rachel from Giles High School. Music production, Rachel Farmer, Eli Michael Graham, Camden Newby from Narrows High School. Second place, Tristan Bowles, Jackson Layton, Nicholas Thompson, Narrows High School. And prepared presentation, first place, Aaliyah Palmer, Narrows High School. Second place, Leighton Dudding, and third place, James Vaden, both from Giles High School. So congratulations to those high school students for their recognition. We also had a group of students at the middle school level get recognized. So we want to make sure we have the opportunity to recognize them as well. Community service video. First place, Allison Buckland, Adelie Clark, Bryn Jones, Narrows Elementary Middle School. Digital photography. First place, Rebecca Farmer. Second place, Gianna Riston from Narrows Elementary Middle School. Third place, Bailey Reed from Eastern Elementary Middle School. Dragster, first place, Carter Thwaites. Second place, Brandon Fleeman. Third place, Emily Chrisley, all from Macy. Flight, first place, Preston Mitchell, Narrows Elementary Middle School. Middle school essays on technology, first place, Allison Buckland, Arizona Elementary Middle School. Prepared speech and promotional marketing, both first place, Brooklyn Skidmore from Arizona Elementary Middle School. And structural engineering, Raylan Allen and Jack Buckland, Arizona Elementary Middle School. So congratulations to those students for those recognitions. Governor School held their Blue Ridge Highlands Regional Science Fair back in February as well, at the end of February. We had several students that received recognition there as well. We had George Black, who won third place in robotics and intelligent machines, translational medical science. Naomi Black was recognized as honorable mention in behavioral and social sciences. Casey Phelps was recognized second place in environmental engineering, a Genius Olympiad Award, and a United States Air Force Award. Molly Morris, recognized Virginia State Science and Engineering Fair delegate and first place in behavioral and social sciences. Jordan Lucas, recognized VCOM Virginia Public Health and Healthcare Award. Nick Nista, third place in chemistry, and Braden Rafferty, second place in materials science. So congratulations to those students as well. Regional Spelling Bee was held this past Saturday at Radford University. Radford University hosted the Scripps Regional Spelling Bee, had 24 of the top spellers in Southwest Virginia competing. I want to congratulate Bryson Blankenship, fifth grader from Nares Elementary Middle School, who competed, representing Nares Elementary in Giles County. He placed 12th out of 24 students, so congratulations to him. We're proud of what he did. That's great to see. We had several students, I know recognized in Virginia Leader a couple of weeks ago from Eastern Elementary Middle School, the All-District Choir, Jace Woods, Sarah Hardison, Jordan Mills, Bailey Reed, Randy Campus, Andrew Schluter, Sarah Corboy, and Gloria Jeffers. And we also had an all-district band, seventh grader Grayson Buckland, who was recognized in the all-district band at the middle school level. So congratulations to them. As you know, we've talked about the conversation that we've been having with RU about a proposed new humanities and fine arts governor school. They're in the process now of trying to move to getting a planning committee put together. So we have been requested to ask a board member and a parent rep to serve on that committee. So I need to ask the board to see who they would like to have serve on that as the board representative. I didn't want to make any assumptions, so I wanted to ask the board to see who you would like to have serve in that capacity so I can let them know.
Open it up for anybody who really want to do it.
I feel like that was an assumption. Was that the assumption? I'd be happy to.
Good. So moved.
Do you want to do that?
Second.
I would if nobody didn't have time to do it.
Time.
You
What
want to do
is
it, that's
time?
good.
What is time?
Right behind you.
I'll let you know when the meetings will be, when we schedule them. Right now, I don't know when they're going to be.
Telling her no, not to do anything else, and she still says yes.
Yeah, I think that was unanimous.
And we'll look to get a parent rep as well, and we'll communicate that name also.
I think we all sometimes need to learn the word no.
No, right. Is my husband watching this meeting?
I'll tell him you didn't have your choice.
That's all I have, unless I can think of this time.
All right. Well, I guess we'll turn it over to the board comments and Mr. Williams.
Well, first I want to compliment the Nares students. There was a good presentation. No doubt about it, a lot of good stuff going on down there. And I hope I'm around long enough to see them come back and teach.
I hope so.
Terry, you gonna tell them about the gas line donation?
Well, I had that, but I didn't want to take it away if one of you all wanted to mention it. So I had it, but I was going to do it last.
Hey, go ahead.
I also want to thank the Mountain Valley Pipeline, Maurice Royster. They made a generous donation to the Tech Center yesterday to continue to support the programs out there. So that we appreciate that donation from them as well. As I said, I had it, but I didn't want to take that away from them.
They also made a $10,000 donation to the ACE program.
Excellent.
That's incredible.
And he also made a comment that we had one of the better tech centers that he'd ever been in. He made that comment. Really.
And I think they had some of their welders have been out there as well in the welding program and spent, he said they spent the whole day out there working with the kids and
showing how they weld the pipe together.
Oh, that's great.
So all the kids really did
Great.
I also like to compliment all of our kids that's been in competition, and we're really proud of them. We're proud of what they did. What else I got here? I wanted to ask you about I've been thinking how we could promote our ag stuff a little better. I was going to ask you if this fall, if we could maybe Giles High School have an ag day. Have an ag day and have an open house at the tech center, an open house at the ag lab and in our shops, and maybe even, I've been dreaming, I guess, but have that day have our businesses coming. Jeannie Miss Didden, I talked to her a little bit about it, and she's all for it. She said she'd do her part. She used to, well, y'all remember or not, she used to have this, first time she was here, she'd have a touch-a truck day, they call it, or touch a truck. Got the rescue squad and the fire departments, and farmers brought equipment in, ag dealers brought equipment in, and make a whole big day out of it at Giles High School this fall. Would y'all think that's something y'all might would support?
I don't think so. Most definitely.
Thank you. Appreciate it. That was all I had. Thank you.
Just a couple of things. Congratulations to all the students that Dr. Arbogast mentioned earlier. I mean, our students are just performing at such high levels in so many different areas. It's really impressive and exciting to see it from this end. I loved the student presentation, so thank you to Ms. Lowe and all the students who are in the Teachers for Tomorrow course. I wish we could just have meetings where it's just students giving presentations like that, because that's really cool to see all that they're learning in application. I love that. I want to give a special congratulations and good luck to all the kids out at the VOTEC for heading to state competitions. I've got a boy on the Teamworks team, and he's really excited about going and competing in April. And there's just a ton of really impressive results coming out of the Tech Center. Like you said, there's a lot of really good stuff happening out there. And that's not without a lot of hard work and dedication from the people that are keeping it going. I thought the TSA competition, I was there as a judge. I know Melissa was out there too. Some of you others might have come in or out. That was a lot of fun to be able to see the students' preparation, their work on display against children from other areas. And our kids really showed up and showed out. So I loved being able to see their hard work. That was just a ton of fun. And special congratulations to those Governor School kids and those brilliant projects that they are putting out. That is just really big stuff. I know a lot of people are getting restless for spring break because the weather is starting to turn a little bit. And so thank you to the teachers who are holding down the fort and keeping the kids in line for a few more weeks while we get to the end. That's it.
You did?
On to yourself.
Well, as always, I'd like to thank Dr. Arbogast, Ms. Mustang, Dr. Brown, and Ms. Mariner for all the hard work they do. Just anybody that's associated with our school system. What a great job you do. Just keep up the good work. I'd like to echo what Jay and Nicole said about our students. It's wonderful that they're getting all these awards. So, but we got good teachers that's getting them there. So I'd like to thank Mr. Bowles and Ms. Lowe and her students for the presentation they had this today. And we had, I don't know if y'all know it or not, the only reason I knew because I had one playing in it, but we had 5 students from our county representing CA All-Star basketball game Saturday night at Christiansburg. Collier and Levi from Nares and Brogan from Giles, and we had Chandler Gussler, and I apologize because I don't know this little girl's name, but she played for Giles too. So there was 2 girls that played for Giles. So they done a good job representing Giles County. So
Always a fun thing.
yeah.
I guess Mitch, does he still?
Yep, he was there, yeah.
That's always a good thing.
That's all I got.
Okay,
Oh, wait a minute,
okay,
about to forget.
Go ahead.
And I gotta thank Giles High School for having me out for, last month. It was after our board meeting last month, so I'm about to forget that, so.
So you remind me that. So thanks to Mr. Bowles and Nares High School, I had the privilege of going down and having lunch and talking with the staff. So it was really great. And it's good to go into our schools and see different things that's going on. So I do enjoy that. But shout out to Miss Lowe and Mr. Bowles for their presentation. The girls done a great job, and you could tell they were excited about it. So it's kind of what it's kind of all about, to get, like Nicole said, seeing our kids doing things. So I appreciate them taking their time out. I know they had sporting events to go to. So thanks to them for doing that, and congratulations to those vocational students. You know, it's a great job seeing them getting ready to be going to compete. So I wish them good luck. And always our governor's school kids, I've always said I can't imagine how they handle that workload, you know, and doing extracurricular activities. And I think, was it the Smith boy, Connor? Was it Connor?
I think
Weston.
Weston.
I get them mixed up. Who
Yeah,
got to go
Weston.
to Alaska, right?
Mhm.
So, you know, just great things. So I know they work hard, and sometimes you know, they don't get a lot of shout out to them. So thank them. And like Nicole said, we got to do the TSA, and I thank Giles High School for hosting that, and Paula and her team. They did a great job. It was very well organized, and all the schools there were just, you could tell everybody just really enjoyed it. Mr. Gautier and I had the privilege, I guess I should say that, of doing the cars. And it was very hard, very tedious measuring and doing that, but it was a lot of fun. And in that one, wasn't necessarily that the one who won out on the track ended up winning, because all the work that you had to do prior to that you get to that. So it was really neat to see the different steps, because that was my first year doing the racing part. But it was a lot of fun, and I think, you know, everybody seemed to enjoy themselves. And I do love that we offer like different things, you know, different things for the kids to do. So that was great. And congratulations to Bryce again for going and compete. I'm sure that was very tough, but good job to him. And thank you guys for everything that you do for us. And that's about it. Enjoy. I hope everybody enjoys their spring break.
All right. Well, I will echo what everyone else has said without trying to completely beat the same ground. But again, emphasize the TSA. Was very impressed with. I've always been impressed with it. Unfortunately, it never fails for the regional fair. I've got to divide and conquer with my wife to go somewhere else with something. But I understand she was able to judge. Talked about how impressive it was, and am very much looking forward to going that first weekend in May down to Hampton to see our kids compete at the state level. I think they showed themselves, acquitted themselves very well last year, and I'm looking forward to it this year. Also, again, the governor's school, the all district, or the choir students, all district choir students, and you know, all the other activities that our kids are showing and acquitting themselves in it's great. Do want to thank, you know, we've, since I've been on this board, we hear all about the teacher shortage, and I greatly appreciate Mr. Bowles and Miss Lowe being proactive with this program. I think we've a school system. I think we all know here that we've been most successful with folks that are graduates of this school system. They come back and they're invested in our community, invested in our school system, and hopefully, I mean, even if you just get one out of each class, that's a start to addressing the problem we've got. And it was great. I was able to go to the career fair that they had, and they invited me to be a part of that, and it was great. It is hard to tell a kindergartner what a lawyer is and explain that in about 3 minutes, but it was great to see that and to be a part of that, and I think that's a good event for those kids, and they put that on, organized it, and moved it through. It was very impressive. But hopefully everybody coming up with our spring break or our Easter break, that if anybody's traveling, they'll be safe, and we can keep on rolling towards hopefully the end of a great school year.
One more thing, and I'm not going to say who they are because I don't want to forget. But congratulations to our student athletes. It's been, commitment to go play at college level. So congratulations to the ones in the county that are going to do that.
Dates. Keep in mind, and I'll remind you at the next board meeting as well, April 24th is our STEAM fair. That's going to be at Giles High School. That's where we have all the science, technology, engineering.
What was that date again?
STEAM, April 24th.
Oh, that's always a lot of fun too.
That's in conjunction with the art fair as well. So we'll have artwork there. We'll have all the STEM activities as well, robotics, some of the ag, music, theater, that sort of stuff there as well. So it's a big evening, very nice evening. So I'll remind everybody again at the next board meeting, but I just wanted to point that out. Before I forget this as well, I saw it on my calendar, so I want to make sure. Next Tuesday, March 26th, sound stage, is that right? Stage sound, I had it backwards. Will be at Giles High School to start replacing the sound in the auditorium. So figure starting next Tuesday should be hopefully close to being done by April 5th or so, somewhere around that time. So about 2 weeks.
On that same note, the lights football field at Giles, any update on?
The last update I received was they were still waiting on the electrical switchgear, so to speak. I think the plan was also not to conflict with soccer.
Yeah, not to do it until after.
So it might be at the end of the season.
That would be better. I mean, that would be better just to make sure they don't have that. But
Denny,
just as long as it gets done before football season.
Yes, sir.
work session.
Why don't we go? We're back from the board.
Okay, board book is the board meeting third Thursday, so that would be April 18th at 6 o'clock.
Amanda.
Is that good with everyone? April 18th at 6. All right. What did you think, Dr. Arbas, first full week of April for the work session?
That's fine. We'll also have the two-on-two meeting with the board of supervisors that Wednesday, the 3rd, April 3rd. Anticipate, because that's their first, that would be their first meeting, I believe. So I didn't know if you want to do it that week or you want to do it the week after. You could do it, we're off on the 1st, so you could do it the 2nd. Or we could do it the week after.
The second, I mean, I'm pretty clear right now that that first week, at least.
So April 2nd?
We'll do 9 a.m.
That's fine.
Does that work for everybody? April 2nd, 9 a.m. That way we can talk. If we get anything comes up, we can
bring it up.
Yeah.
Do you have a due date before?
We should have. You thinking the calc tool should be?
I anticipate what we've been told is I'll have a calc tool from the General Assembly compromised budget by Monday, the 25th, next Monday. So I should hopefully have that by then and give me some time to do what needs to be done before our second meeting.
All right. That sounds like a plan.
Look, I had a couple of little things I thought of. I had a gentleman ask me while we're doing these lights at Giles High School, if we, any way at all, we could get a little better lighting out in the parking lot. It's a nice after ball game. It's hard to see after you get back to your vehicle.
Like out in the student parking lot?
Yeah. We're there in the.
Is it going to
be area there before we get there? While we look, if we could put some little bit of lighting up, it'd really help out there.
Is it going to be any bleed? I know there was discussion because of the track that there would be some.
There's some there's some bleed out from around the track area, but it's not out, I don't believe. I'd have to go back and look at the exact plan. I don't think there's any plans to put any out in the parking area.
Why don't you, and we can talk about the work session, but talk to Bobby and Jesse about getting some.
They've done a real good job around our school campuses to put the lights in. I can talk.
Even if it's on the, like the band building, even if you
do
could put
LED
some
lights or
There, yeah.
lights or something.
Yeah, they've got that courthouse. You can go in there at 5 o'clock in the morning. It looks like noon.
And the other was Miss Weiss at Eggleston. Doc Weiss's wife at Eggleston called me a couple nights ago. She was just asking what if we was doing anything in the schools to promote gun safety and storage.
Yes.
With our recent thing we had go on, she just said she knew it wasn't a school system.
doing 100 safety courses.
Well, I told her I knew he was doing 100 safety. But she was right. Years ago, we used to. It was pretty much. I think everybody took it. We had I forgot what they called it. We took a gun safety course years ago, back in the 70s. At the hunter course is all we're doing though now. Is that? I told her I thought it was, but she just asked me something we may look at. We thought it'd be a good thing. Try to teach some gun safety.
I think there's that, and there's a couple. Went to 8th grade orientation the other night at Nares High School, and the SRO, Officer McGuire, put on a real good social media presentation. My wife's comment at that was that's great, but you ought to be going to the 4th or 5th grade level to do that to those parents. So I mean, I think there's a lot of things like that maybe, and that probably is along the line. The SROs may be something they can do. So.
I told her I'd bring it up.
Yeah. All right.
Teach us parents the lingo on social media, right?
It was informative. He did a really good job.
Yeah.
Who did you say gave that presentation?
Brian McGuire, the SRO at the high school.
Okay.
All right. Anything else, Dr. Arbogast?
No, sir.
Board members? If not, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So move.
Got a second?
Second.
All right, all in favor? Aye. All right, we're adjourned.